What up YouTube? This is Soju. Today I want to talk to you guys about why I personally love black women. This is because she will protect me and my family. Let's say a male or female is going to attack me, she is going to be right by my side, have my back. Let's say for example, someone gets loud at me for no reason. She's going to go, "Who is you talking to like that? I will knock you out." But I'm like, what is she doing? I like that. The final reason why I love black women is because I need a woman who could cook me some soul food. I love soul food. If she's gonna cook me some cornbread, you already know that's gonna get torn up fast. In conclusion, these are the reasons why I love black women. I break black girls on the dance floor. If you see me, come holla at me. On a side note, the music in the background was my remake to Trey Songz's Heart Attack. Thanks for watching. Please make sure you leave a comment and subscribe.
Just like giving out my opinion. And in this one here, we're going to continue the discussion, of the I Love Black Women Bonanza. Interesting topic. Shout out to New Possibilities. Shout out to Mike Mills. But, and in that clip I showed you there, I showed you this Asian guy, who made a Why I Like Black Women video. I think his name was Soul You or something of that nature. And you see how racist it was. How he just stereotyped black women and put them in a box. Talking about cook me some soul food, and things of that nature. You can tell that this dude never dated a black woman, probably doesn't even like black women, but he makes that video, and that video gets over 500,000 views. And you know what kind of views his other videos get? I seen his other videos, he got like, 1,000 views, 2,000 views. It's more than me, but this dude is averaging 1,000 views. Does the I Love Black Woman video, gets close to 500,000, damn near goes viral. And of course, in the description, in the comment section, black females were so flattered. They flustered to the comment section and talked about how cute he is, how black men ain't shit, because that's the thing, a lot of black females like to wait until a non-black person gives them a compliment, and then they'll talk about how cute that person is, and then they'll go in on black men. That's just how it is. And also, that Asian dude, he has a video stating how he likes Latina women. So I don't know what. Does he like black women? Does he like Latino women? His Latino women video only got like 55,000 views. Good. Nowhere near it to the level of I Like Black Women video. And his Latino women video, even though the Latinos were flattered, came into the comment section, they didn't berate their man. They didn't say shit like, "Oh, I wish Latino men can do this," and things of that nature. No. Matter of fact, it's a gimmick. I've seen a bunch of these I Like Black Women videos. From non-black men, white, and Hispanic. Usually it's the highest, It's the video with the most views. There's one Latino guy who did one. I think he's Puerto Rican. Got a bunch of views, close to 500,000. And then I'm looking at his other videos. He has videos on how to keep your man happy. Basically, the dude was a homosexual. You know what I'm saying? I think his channel is, Miami Dade 008 or some shit like that. Maybe I'll put it in the description box. So you see where I'm getting. I seen one with some, like 14-year-old white boy said, "I like black women," and he got a bunch of views. And then you look at their other views, they're barely getting fucking 100 views, some of these guys. But the I Like Black Women video gets 100 and 200,000 views. So yeah. I'm like, You know, I'm not trying to throw shade. And black women, they'll sit up there and say, oh, black men, we get mad when non-black men like us and so forth. But, you know, from what I see, a lot of them are saying it to get views. Now, some people may be genuine, like some of those videos and things of that nature. But I do understand that there is an agenda in YouTube to separate the black woman and the black man. Now, we can talk about the black female bashing going on the black channels with people like Tommy Sotomayor. But as I recall, you know, I started watching YouTube videos in 2007. You know, I wasn't making them, I started watching them. And I've seen black women, particularly a channel called She Rocks 08, making these swirl videos, making videos, you know what I'm saying, showing these stock photos of black women with white men. And you know, in the comment section, you know, black women just talks about how horrible black men are because we're like the worst things on earth. And this was before Tommy Sotomayor. Matter of fact, when I got on YouTube, the black sector was dominated at that time by black men dropping knowledge like Wise Nubian, if you remember him, Surinsu and Seti, you know, when he made, because he started off making YouTube videos and things of that nature. And, you know, you had Hebrew Israelite videos, and then you had black women putting up videos about swirling. This was before the whole black women bashing propaganda, you know what I'm saying, took off. This was before Tommy Sotomayor. Okay, so, you know what I'm saying, let's get into it. Let's get into old Forrest Gump there. You know what I'm saying, Jacob Mason. Mr. I Like Chocolate Girls. And I'm checking out his video, and I'm telling you, you know what I'm saying, in my research, this dude is a rat. I'm like, first of all, you know, of course his channel is taking off with the momentum of a runaway train, but he has no substance. I'm like, there's nothing there. I'm like, his channel is horrifyingly empty, and his I Like Black Woman video, it seems like it's just cliched. It's like he just watched a bunch of other people's I Like Black Women video and just echoed their same sentiments. You know, this whole thing, like when a non-black person says the most powerful women that I came across in my life were black women, but describe us how powerful they are, and then he goes into they're strong and independent. That should raise alarms right there. Strong and independent. How are they strong? How are they independent? Because when you say a black woman is strong, you be like, she can take a whole lot of shit. You know what I mean? Just dump it off on a black female. She's strong. You know, it's just like black women don't deserve to be pampered or be treated like a delicate flower because they're so strong. Independent because they have to do everything by themselves. I'm like, Jacob Mason is a person that benefits from white supremacy. You know, in a system of white supremacy, it gives Jacob Mason a great platform. You know, black people are distraught. They're destroyed. You know what I'm saying? Black women. You know, and as my last video about this, I was a little scattershot. You know, I mean, talking about self-hate in general. This video here is going to be more of a concentrated beam. So, you know, listen to Jacob Mason's video. I'm like, there's nothing there. First of all, his I Like Black Women video, if you looked at his background is very messy. I'm like, you can see an empty Coke bottle laying on his couch. But going into black women are strong. And I'm not saying that they're not strong to a certain extent, but it's like, you know what I mean, he should have said, the first thing he should have said, I find them sexy, cute, and attractive. You know, if I was going on a blind date with somebody hooked me up with a blind date, and they said, and I said, hey man, can you describe her? You know, and he said, well, she's strong. And I'm going to be like, whoa. You know, and then new possibilities pointed it out. But there's plenty of black men making uplifting videos to black women. But if they're strong, then why would they need so much upliftment? I'm like, you're not going to make enough uplifting videos to really, keep them satisfied. Why? Because we live in a system of racism. That means there's a race of people that has to be at the bottom. That's how this country was built up on. And a lot of black females can't fathom that. They're saying, oh, we're stuck in this rut because of the black man. It's the black man's fault. Us black men, we're like these. And I'm not talking about all black females. I'm talking about these particular black females. Because I know when I read into Forrest Gump's comment section, there was some black women trying to challenge him. They were few and far between. The overwhelming populace of black women that was on this video kept saying things like, like, why can't black men get it? Get what? Why does this have to come from a white dude? No, black dudes have been saying this for a while. It's just that they only want to hear it from a white dude for validation. And I'm like, this dude and a lot of these other I like black women that want to make these positive videos, they're not going to talk about black economics. They're not going to have advice for black women raising young black boys. That's out of their realm. You know what I mean? They have absolutely, they don't know anything about that. You know what I'm saying? Like me, I got videos for black woman, man, and child. You know what I'm saying? Jacob Mason ain't got nothing any advice, you know what I'm saying, for a young black male, you know what I'm saying, growing up. No, and that's the thing. But seeing how black females was almost putting him in the same, like, they was aligning him with God. You know what I mean? Your God sent God this. I'm like, geez Louise. I'm like, he's not saying nothing new. There's absolutely nothing he says that we haven't heard before. I'm like, the dude's disingenuous. He's trying to make money off black women, just like the black church. I'm like, he's trying to sell his website and things of that nature. And it's almost like he has a cult following. Now, you know what I mean? I can make all the positive videos to black women, you know what I'm saying, all I want. It's going to fall mostly on deaf ears. Why? Because, you know what I'm saying, because of my strong African features. Black females will look at me as nothing more than a big black beast. You know, also, me listening to one of Forrest Gump's. Forrest Gump did a video that he took down. It was actually his first video that he stated that he posted. Well, the first video I saw of him, where it was going into plagiarism, you know. And then he said that about him. He said that during Hurricane Katrina, he was in a hotel for a month in Houston, and he was talking to the hotel staff, and these black hotel staff was talking to him and his father about their turbulent history here in America. And this makes Forrest Gump an expert on, you know, black people, because he was in a hotel room talking to black people. I'm like, this is completely outlandish, and a lot of black females, you know what I'm saying, admire this. Feel like, oh yeah, he got hood credibility because he was talking to these black people in his hotel. Story made no goddamn sense because he pulled it out of his ass. But also, I want to go into how black women kept complimenting him on his gorgeous looks. And, you know, because this is part of a bigger picture. I'm only, you know what I'm saying, he's just a microcosm. You know what I mean? We got to look at the big picture. And, you know, and the dude is very European looking. You know what I mean? I'm like, he's a white dude. And I've never read black women compliment a black man like this. Never. Never on YouTube, no. You know what I mean? I'm like, he was pretty much the white Jesus to them. You know, because if they kept complimenting on his eyes, you know what I mean, and so forth, things, features that black people don't have, that black people can't produce. You know, unless we, you know, have an albino, but just features. So therefore, a lot of that has to be self-hate, that they admire European features. You know what I mean? I guess they would consider the more refined features and chiseled face, you know, of white people. You know, but if us black men was to compliment, you know, white women, you know, on their features, on their aqua green eyes and gray eyes and amber colored eyes and, you know, blue eyes, baby blue eyes, and so forth. Yeah, that's the feature that they got. And I said this in a previous video. I said one of the psychological effects white people have and how they was able to conquer the world. Of course, first of all, it's about using their wit and using brute force, manipulating things, you know, or getting other people to conquer other people on their behalf. And they're going to maintain power because they look different, you know, than the quote melanated people of the world. You know what I mean? Because they themselves have made them like they are the light. And a lot of darker people are going to believe that there was no excuse for the amount of compliments on his. I'm like, it's just, and it was just simply, it wasn't like, oh, you're handsome, you're cute. It was just, they're literally talking about his European features, you know. And the thing is, I'm like, the dude, you know, I think he's kind of funny looking. You know, people make fun of my looks, but he kind of looks like that white girl from, what's her name? She's from the 70s show. She's starred in that movie Book of Eli. So how my brain is processing it, it's almost like black women are are saying white women are gorgeous. You know, I mean, if I can process it, if he looks sort of like a white girl, you know, I'm like, that's just how I'm going to look at it, you know, and so forth. Now, and New Possibilities, magnificent video, what is it called? The White Superman. A black female came in the comment section, you know what I'm saying, defending the white man. Because that's the thing, black women was taught in slavery to defend the white man. And she said something about, we're running away from the racism, the infinite racism in the black social media, black women bashing. You know, so the white man ain't racist. You know, the thing is, when it comes to the black women bashers here on YouTube, guess what? The majority of them, a lot of them get support from black women. There are more black women commenting on Tommy Sotomayor's video than New Possibilities videos, on my videos, on, you know, whoever else, Philly Just, Thinking Out Loud, commenting on Tommy's video, you know what I'm saying, combined. You know, and especially in the beginning, Tommy Sotomayor, there was black women making support videos for Tommy. There was a particular woman in England. You know, I think we remember. I don't know if she still makes videos. And then there was that half black, half Mexican female, and there was other. You know, Tyrone Thompson and his fiance or whatever did a support video for Tommy Sotomayor. Black female haven't done a support video for me. So we don't know where black. You have to understand how mixed up it is. And I would love a black female to make a reply to this video, or make a reply to New Possibilities video, or make a logical reply to Mike Mills video. Make this make sense. How can, you know what I mean, you talk about black women, you know what I'm saying, crying that they're getting bashed on YouTube. But a lot of black women support Tommy Sotomayor. They definitely support Queasy 100 and blow him virtual kisses. But then they'll run to the white man and talk about, oh, these black men, they're bashing us or whatever. You know, I understand black females have different mentalities and things of that nature, but they're getting support. And one of the reasons why they make these videos, because of views. You know, that's the thing. Just like a white person or a non-black person makes a video, you know, talking about they love black women, gets close to over 100,000 views, more than that. A black man makes a video uplifting black women, Nobody fucking watches it. A black man then makes a video dragging black women through the muck and the mire, and then it shoots up in views. And I think Tommy Sotomayor said he made one video and then it went viral when I think he was talking about black women, stop treating your son like he's your husband or whatever. So of course Tommy Sotomayor is going to stand that net because it's making him money. And also it's white people that are watching these videos. Like New Possibility said, they're propping them up. They're backing them up. And so forth. And these are the same white men that are going to be the savior of black women. It makes no goddamn sense. I cannot wrap my mind around it, and so forth. So, somebody please explain to me. But that's all I want to say. Thanks for watching. Never stop learning.